guys. So, like, after a solid BGT, like, first test performance by the Indian cricket team, like, there was also a major IPL auction. It's a big one. So, like, many surprises, a lot of money on Rishabh Pant and others, and 13-year-old getting a gig. So many talking points out there. So, today's episode will mostly be on the IPL auctions, and later we will cover the second test preview of the Adelaide of the BGT. So, let's start off straight to the point. So, Pranav here with me. So, Pranav, so looking at the teams right now, so just a straightforward question to you: which team looks the strongest to you as of now on paper?
I think this is one of those auctions where everyone looks very competitive.
Right.
But I think if you look at the combination, keeping aside the bias that I have for Sunrisers, Gujarat Titans look pretty solid. I mean, they have Shubman Gill, Joss Butler. They've got Sai Sudarshan at 3, Glenn Phillips at 4, Tewati at 5, Shahrukh at 6, Rashid Khan at 7, Sai Kishore can come at 8. Then they've got, I think have I missed someone? No, I don't think I've missed someone, but if I have, then I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, they've almost got all bases covered, and that's one of those sides which I'm really looking forward to in this tournament, because otherwise, if you ask me, contrary to the general belief, RCB had a very
Good
decent
option.
auction too.
Even I feel so.
They got Phil Salt. They got pretty surprised that they didn't retain or RTM Wiljax, but they got Bhuvneshwar Kumar. They got Josh Hazelwood. Yeah, I mean, it's a mixed auction, but some interesting buys. Yeah, everyone looks competitive, but I think overall Gujarat Titans looks I won't say by far, but probably the best team on the paper at the moment.
Yeah, I think GT has packed their team with some good Indian pacers as well. So I mean,
Yeah,
that can
yeah,
help
they've
them.
got Rabada too. I mean, that's a
Right.
steal, right? They've got Kagiso
Exactly.
Rabada, they've got Siraj, they've got Prasidh Krishna. That's pretty decent, right? In Ahmedabad, that's a decent attack.
True.
They've got informed Romario Shepherd, so that adds another dimension to the bowling attack. So yeah, they've got enough backups too. I mean, look at their backups. If you actually take a look at their backups, uh, they've got Kareem Janat, they've got Jiral Kutsia, they've got Manav Sutar, they've got, I think they've also got Kulwan Kijrolia, they've got Jayant
Right.
Yadav.
Right.
It's a packed squad, and they've really done well to actually pick players for each of the squad. They've got Anuj Rawat as the backup for Joss Butler as the keeper bat. So all in all, it looks a decent side. I mean, on the paper, again, disclaimer, on the paper, it looks a very decent side. Uh, but on the field, I don't know. I mean, it depends on how they gel together as a team very quickly, and it applies to all the sides as well, because you're finishing Champions Trophy. Um, I mean, what you're finishing Champions Trophy like uh,
March, I think.
March 9th. You're starting IPL March 15th. That's like immensely
Right.
short. 6 days, you change the formats. So it all depends on that. I mean, obviously, you have Indian domestic players and players not playing Champions Trophy more time, but at the same time, it also takes a toll on switching from 50 over traditional cricket to 20 over flat tracks. So it'd be super competitive,
Right.
but yeah, let's just wait and see.
True. True. So let's go team wise. So like after GT, let's talk about my favorite team. I think like I support RCB.
Okay.
So I think it's
Oh,
like
okay.
it's a hugely popular site. So given by the reactions on Twitter and social media, it seems like they have done very badly. But personally, looking at the team and everything, I think they had a pretty decent auction. Maybe not out of the world auction, but a pretty decent auction because they have got say Josh Hazelwood, Bhuvi as their like bowlers. I think that's a pretty decent buy. I mean, both of them combined. And apart from that, Krunal Pandey is a very handy customer, especially in the middle order. He can float up and down, bowl ball. He's a very flexible cricketer. And also, like, they have got so Bethel is someone like I'm interested to look see as well. There are some good talks about him. He strikes it pretty well. So overall, even Phil Salt, Kohli opening, I think that also works out for them. So overall, like, I'm pretty satisfied with the bowling depth as well, because they've got Suyash as well. So I think overall, what are your thoughts on RCB this time?
Uh, it's an interesting side. I think if you look at the construction of the side, they are looking at probably Kohli as the captain again, because the other option that I can see is Phil Salt. Maybe not.
Krunal Pandey as a
Or,
captain works.
or
Yeah.
Rajat Patidar looking at the long term option. But yeah, I mean it's a pretty decent side, but um, the spin strength is still a little light. Uh, if you look at their spin strength, it's Krunal Pandya, Swapnil Singh, Devati, and Swapnil Singh. So that's like a big leap of faith on that young cricketer.
Yeah, they've got the leggy, I think, Suyash.
And Suresh Sharma. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, Livingston can bowl as well. So it's slightly light. I mean, it's on paper pretty decent. You could argue they could add Sheffield Rutherford, uh, or the other way around. I think Rutherford is in Gujarat and Romario
Hmm.
Shepherd is in
Shepherd is in RCB. Yeah.
RCB. So yeah, I mean Romario Shepherd can come in, but if you use him wisely, uh, then only it's effective. Otherwise, yeah, it's not
Hmm.
worth it, because you saw in Mumbai Indians. But I think overall it's a decent side. I mean, you have Tim David as well, but where does Tim David fit in? No one knows. So uh, they have plenty of options, I'd say. But the problem is that how do the top three, assuming Phil Salt, Virat Kohli, and Rajat Patidar slot in there, how do the top three gel in? That's where the whole tournament sits for them.
True.
Because in the bowling as well, if Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazelwood don't pick wickets early on, then it's a problem. Um, because, as I said, the spin is quite light. So Krunal Pandya is not someone who would rip through the lineup. He'll just give you uh, none for 24 or none for 33
Right.
at a very bad day. Because even if you look at his Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy figures, he's just contained runs. And you know, Suyash Sharma is an attacking bowler, but I don't know if he'll start, because you have Livingston who can do both. He can bowl off spin, he can bowl leg spin. In the same over, even Jacob Bethel can bowl a bit. But how will they do that in us? In Chinnaswamy, where runs are scored for fun. That's something to be watched, because again, Yash Dayal is also there, but that lineup has to crack on from game one. Yes, there have the funny things have happened. Last year RCB won several games on the trot to qualify, but this team looks decent. But again, they have to get their combination right. Otherwise, it will start looking very horrible if the performances don't come in the first 2 or 3 games.
Yeah. So I think with RCB always it's as we say like unpredictable. Even the auction, like we don't know how it looks. Okay to me, but as the tournament starts, we will see how it goes. So quick ones, and let's move on to CSK. I think I think the main takeaway is I think it's gonna be pretty much spinning tracks in Chepauk by the looks of it with the team they have taken. Ashwin Jadeja together again, like back that combination is back, and also like apart from that, so overall it looks like low scoring matches for CSK is the way forward. So, what's your take?
I think CSK, as usual, did well. I mean, they generally don't do well in auctions. That's how I feel.
Mm.
But they do pick their players who are workhorses and just go about their business. They've got Devon Conway back up top. They've got think Rachin Ravindra back as well. Um, but yeah, the biggest story would be Ravichandran Ashwin coming back to
Right.
CSK. It's a full circle that where he started. I don't know if it ends anytime soon, but just coming back to that little circle. They've got their pace attack nice this time, um, which is very interesting because if you have a look at uh, CSK IPL squad, um, you know they've got Vijay Shankar, the local boy. Uh, they've got Rahul Tripathi at three, which is which is coming from the Sunrisers role. Um, they've got already Shivam Dubey, Ravindra Jadeja.
Mm.
They've also bought Tipak Huda as a backup to potentially if something goes wrong. They've also got back Sam Curran. Um, but I think their raw pace attack is a little light because they've got Matisha Patirana and as a backup they've got Nathan Ellis, but it's not a like to like backup.
Right.
But they've got Khalil Ahmed and Mukesh Chaudhary, which is sort of like to like. They've got Gujanpreet Singh, who's a Punjab bowler, but now plays for Tamil Nadu. Um, nice bowler again. They've got Shreyas Gopal, a different option. They've also got Kamlesh Nagarkoti and Anshul Kamboj. So they've invested heavily on pace. It's not fully spin because you see Jadeja, Ashwin, Noor Ahmed, Deepak Huda can bowl a little bit of spin. Rachin Ravindra can bowl a little bit of spin, but it's more of the pace attack that's been blustered. And I think, contrary to the belief that it'll be a slow turner, I think it'll be a nice bounce
Okay.
aiding wicket because they've invested nicely on fast bowlers. Unlike fast bowling all rounders like Deepak Chahar, Shardul Thakur, Tushar Deshpande who can bat a bit, they've let go all of them and got conventional pacers. Um, Death bowling could be a little bit of concern because Khalil doesn't bowl at the depth. Sam Curran goes for runs at the depth. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they go about their business. But it's overall it's a decent side. I'll have to keep saying this for every side we look at. But it's a pretty decent side.
Yeah, and I think Dhoni plays a similar role like last year, like coming for the last few balls and overall. So I think that sorts it out. So next, quickly, let's move on to say KKR. I mean the champs. So they have let go of Shreyas Iyer, the winning skipper, and they have like they already had Venkatesh Iyer, but like they have like roped him in for a huge sum of money, which was something we did not like foresee. So huge faith in him as a player. So and also they have gotten Umran Malik as well. I'm very interested to see Umran Malik under Bharat Arun. So that's a combination. I want to see how Umran perform, how Umran is as a bowler post this IPL. Like how
Hmm.
with respect to how he is now, I think that will be a major thing. It can be a life changing thing for him. Bharat Arun, I have all the respect for this man. So
Mhm.
and overall, if you look at the side, some are saying Ajinkya Rahane might be the skipper and everything. So
I don't feel
KKR
that.
this time title contenders or a bit lacking somewhere.
I think they heavily lack death bowling. If you look at their bowling options, uh, Andrew Russell does bowl. Uh, Ramandeep Singh can bowl.
Mm.
Um, but their death bowling options are very light because Andrik Nokia generally goes for runs at the depth. They have
Right.
Spencer Johnson, who could be a reliable option, but otherwise it's a very light death bowling. Uh, your spin options are covered with Varun Chakravarti and Sunita Rai. They've also got Mayank Markande. Yes, Harshit Rana is there as an uncapped, who's now capped, but
Right.
you
Yeah.
have that pace bowling death option. But with just two death bowlers, if one faces an injury, they'll be gone for all money, perhaps. That's what I feel because if you go and you know with teams like these who have a slightly light purse and spend heavily on players like Venkatesh Iyer went for plenty. He could be the
Mm.
captain. I'd be very happy for him if he's the captain. Uh, LSG went for Rishabh Pant. So when you spend such a heavy purse, it's actually difficult to then set your combination around them with that limited purse that's left. Because I don't know where Umran Malik bowls because he doesn't bowl at the death. You
Hmm.
in Eden Gardens, if you give them 140 balls near your chest height, you're going for six. So
Hmm.
that's where I see a problem. Where does Ajinkya Rahane bat, or does he start, or do you have someone else in maybe Ankush Raghuvanshi? There are talks about Rinku Singh as the captain, so a lot of things to ponder over.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's. I don't see them actually pushing a case for uh, playoffs at this point of time because it's a it's a nice side. I mean, it's depending on a lot of players like Rinku Singh, Andre Russell, Sunil Narayan. Can Sunil Narayan and Quinton de Kock have the same impact, or Ramanala Gurbaz can have the same impact as Phil Salt and Sunil Narayan last year? No idea. So that's where I have a little bit of a problem with the KKR think tank or the lineup. Um, I mean, I could be wrong, obviously, but if when they travel to places like Chinnaswamy or Wankhede where the runs flow for fun at the death, there it's a problem. And I seriously feel that it'll bite them at some point of time.
Yeah. So I think that's I think so. We have the first not so decent side of the tournament. So
Yeah.
quickly let's move on to MI. So I think the trend bolt Bumrah combination is I think deadly.
Yeah. Uh,
Thoughts on that?
I think I lost you a bit in the middle, but I think you were asking about Bolt, Bumrah, and Deepak Chahar. Um, they have had their most of their core retained in Bumrah, Rohit, Surya, Tilak, and Hardik. That's like what Hardik potentially bowls 3-4 overs, Bumrah bowls 4 overs, so that's 8 overs covered. So the rest of the auction, if you look
Right.
at, um, they've got Allah Ghazanfar, which is a fantastic buy. They've got Lizard Williams. They've got Reece Topley as a backup to Trent Bolt. Um, I think Allah Ghazanfar should start. Um, they have got Karan Sharma, the lucky charm for all the cups. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a cup for RCB for some reason. Uh, then they've got Will Jacks. They've got Robin Mins. They've also got back Namandir as the RTM option. They've got Bevan Jacobs, the New Zealand all-rounder, uncapped. Um, you know, I've seen his videos. He hits the long ball as well. Um, Again, it's about getting the combination right because they have Ryan Rickleton. So the pace, the foreign slots would be probably Trent Bolt, Allah Ghazanfar. Who are the rest of the foreign slots? We'll have to wait and see because you have plenty of options in Will Jacks. Maybe he can open. If you want another spin option, you can have Mid Santner. There are multiple options for them. So they've kept all options open. Mahela Jayawardene is back as the coach. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they shape up. I'll also have a keen eye on Deepak Chahar's fitness.
Right.
Um, so yeah, they do look a decent side. Probably finish fifth, at max push for fourth. But for now, let's place them at five. KKR at seven. Probably RCB six. I mean, I'm just listing down the sides that we've seen so far. CSK at four. So CSK, MI, KKR seven, RCB six. So we have got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 covered.
Fair enough. So I think so anyway, so if we want to wrap this up a bit short, so I think we're running out of time. So overall, if we look at all the teams as of now, so Rishabh Pant and LSG, like KL Rahul at DC and everything. So pick your top four. And yeah,
My top four would be, I think, I'll start with Gujarat Titans. They'll probably finish 1 or 2. Second, I think will be probably uh, looking at the balance. I think it could be Sunrisers because they have a pretty decent side. Obviously, the backups there are little holes, but they do stack up a decent side. Um, RCB and RCB MICSK could push for the rest of the 2 spots, um, followed by DC a bit because they do have a balanced side. Delhi Capitals have a balanced side, but it could be a hit or miss season for them. Lucknow Super Giants, I have no hopes from them because the way they spent the purse on Rishabh Pant, but they
Right.
forgot to pick an opener is absolutely mind-boggling for me. I have absolutely no hopes from them because they have a very injury-prone side. Mohsin Khan, Shama Joseph, Mitch Marsh, to pick the names, they often get injured, and the backups are not very reliable either.
Uh,
So I'd place Lucknow at 9 or 10. Punjab Kings, yes, they do look decent, but it could be a hit and miss season for them as well. So they could slot in at 8 or 7. So yeah, my top 4 would be Gujarat Sunrisers, um, CSK, and one of RCB or Delhi Capitals or Mumbai Indians. Probably go with Mumbai depending on the balance.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
Fair enough.
that'll be
Yeah,
my
fair enough.
four.
Even I feel like am I doing well this time? I think they have sorted out their issues. I think more or less, like especially the bowling part of it.
Hmm.
So yeah, so let's see how it goes. So as we go get closer to the IPL, so we will do a more preview kind of a thing, like maybe on all separate teams. So that will be a better like idea of everything post the Champions Trophy and everything. So yeah, so thanks all for joining this one. So we will be back again with the BGT second test preview shortly. So that's also a very exciting thing happening. So do comment like what's your favorite like IPL team as of now? Which team are you supporting? Which team do you think has like given the purse they had has done the best? I mean, with the resources they have available. So and give us your top four. Absolutely. Chalo. See you all then in the next episode. Bye all. Bye.
Bye.